Okay, so I just wanted to real fast pull out a card from the Divine Feminine deck to close this reading off. So I'm getting this is very Divine Feminine energy here. And like I said, gender doesn't matter. So Divine Feminine can be anybody. If you identify with the Divine Feminine, then, this is for you. I don't believe in coincidences. So if you see this video, it's most likely for you. But use your discernment, always use your discernment. If it's not talking about you, it's not talking about you. It's simple. But it's definitely talking about someone else who actually needs to hear this message. Let me take one more card. No, it's not this one. Okay, there it is. So with this, I had I didn't shuffle this one. I took my left hand. After shuffling it, I took my left hand and I spread it across the table and then picked the ones that were calling to me. Which is just another way of picking tarot. They're usually used on for clients, but hey, sometimes I do that because the best way of sensing where the cards are. Okay, so the first card I got, Isis, the goddess of magic. Okay, for my Divine Feminines. Sexual energy is sacred. My pleasure is a prayer that brings me back to life. If we can see her. She's a little glossy here. Put some shade over her. Okay. Like that. Yeah, nice. Yep. Okay, guys, sorry about the lighting. Let's see if I can really fast fix that for us. This goes okay. Let's see if that worked better. Yeah, definitely. Okay. Just a little too bright, that's all. Okay. Then we have Nand and Ma, the joy primitive mother. I am my own guru. I know the self that never changes. Okay. Alright, then you have Mary Magdalene, the apostle of the apostles. She says, I am the bridge between heaven and earth. I am fully human and fully divine. Then we have Sappho, the poetess. She says, I love every inch of my body, and I love the women in my life fiercely. Then we have the Mary of Nazareth, the Mother of God. I am blessed. My courage gives birth to the divine. Okay. Give me some extra. Let's see. 70. Okay, so it says, when your soul selects her card, the sexual energy that creates life can also be used to sustain it. It's significant that Isis brings Osiris back to life by making love to him. The metaphor is that by uniting life and death, body and soul, masculine and feminine, the heaven and earth, a rebirth or a resurrection occurs. The sexual energy that sex inspires exits when each of us all the time land it and waiting to be utilized to create more life. Often our own sexual energy and power is feared, or left neglected and unacknowledgeable. It is a powerful sacred life force that Isis wants us to integrate more fully. It doesn't require a partner to activate it. It only takes awareness that it exists and the remembering of our heart to our head, our body to our soul. It takes activating the energy of our root chakra and uniting it with the crown chakra, just above our head. Isis is a call for us to allow our sexuality to infuse and enhance all that we say and do. And she is the sacred reminder that sex is holy. And what makes it holy isn't marriage or a certain combination of male and female or masculine and feminine. Sex is made sacred through presence, through our captivity to become fully embodied. Okay, there is a passage in Autobiography of a Yogi by Paramahansa Yogananda that relates an encounter he had with Annamadimiya Ma. He asked her why she is so filled with joy and can enter states of bliss instantly. She explains to him that she's aware of her true self. She knows that before she came to earth, she was the same. As a little girl and later when she grew into a woman, she was the same. And now sitting in front of Yogananda, she remains the same. And even after death, she says, through the dance of creation changes around me, I shall be the same. This is self-realization merging with the aspect within us that never changes. It's becoming conscious of the self that is internal while within this brief mortal existence. And Anandamiya Ma believe that the only true calling or purpose any of us has is to become realized. And so she believed that any action we take towards that goal is sacred. There's a deep, calm, abiding joy that arrives when we can merge with the aspect of us that never changes. There is a bliss we get to experience every time we detach from the surface storms that cause chaos in our lives. If we can remember that we are the guru, that we are the aspect of the divine that remains the same no matter how much change surrounds us, then we get to arrive at a joy that lives at the core of our being. Mary Magdalene represents the fierce, unwavering love that we all have access to within our own vulnerable hearts. It's a love that renders all things sacred, from the animals to the angels, from the poorest to the most powerful. It's a love that sees the inherent worth of all things, and it's a love that remains even though through the darkest times. Even through death, her love is the one that resurrects. The Gospel of Mary Magdalene relates that Jesus came to unite us, to demonstrate to us true human being. And anthropos, meaning a person who is both fully human and fully divine. This is what Mary became, and is why she was so beloved to Jesus. She didn't seek to follow him, she sought instead to become her true self. Mary Magdalene reminds us that we have the power to receive vision from within. We are worthy of such proximity to the divine, because that's the other half of what it means to be truly human. She reminds us that there's a bridge between heaven and earth, and that we are that bridge. And she wants us to remember that the truest church we can ever enter is in the heart. This is where our true power rests and where love never ends. Okay, Sappho. Instead of exhausting ourselves with the unholy effort of comparing our own bodies to others, or of competing for resources that are actually unlimited, Sappho urges us to do the most revolutionary thing we could ever do: love ourselves and our sisters fiercely. We can't recover Sappho's lost poems, but we can reclaim the enduring spirit she left us. We can become her poetry. We can revel in the pleasure we are capable of feeling, and we can love unapologetically with the full spectrum of our emotional range and from the fathomless depths of our heart. Lift up a woman in your life. Help her reach a dream she's been incubating. Take time to indulge with lady loves in your life. Go to a spa, make a dinner together, go skinny dipping, or just do something outrageous that celebrates the fact that you love each other. Sappho is about the power of loving energy, loving every inch in the female form. Spend a day flooding your thoughts with positive affirmations about your body or a woman's body. Take a long bath with red rose petals. Do something nourishing that acknowledges your love for the fact that you are a woman, or for the radiant woman who consolidates your life. Okay, so the author says, I've always imagined that Mary was terrified to hear an angel loudly announce that she was meant to be the mother of God. Her surrender to Gabriel's words feels so courageous and too unacknowledged. Mary has no idea what she will have to meet with, what will be asked of her, or what this love for her son will put her through. But she says yes nonetheless, so that she can be in service of the divine. Mary's acceptance of her role has been in the shadow of the Christian story, uncelebrated because she is seen as so divine, but she was human too. She could have said no. Her courage could have faltered, but she aligned with the light. She heard Gabriel's words, "Be not afraid," and allowed the divine story to work through her life. And she let joy dictate her response. Mary leads us to trust that we can say yes to what feels light. It does not have to make sense or work with the timeline the ego has mapped out for us. In the midst of our ordinary everyday lives, we can say yes to the angel who greets us in the space of our heart, and let the energy of joy give birth to the divine through us. Okay. And then we will see if the angels and ancestors have a message really fast. Okay, animal guardian, trust your instincts. Let's shuffle one more time. That's not good. Let's see if there's another card in here. Okay, then we also got the Shield Maiden. It says, make plans and focus. The Protection Guardian, drop your shields. The Moon, take note of intuitive messages. And embrace the energy of peace with the broken arrow. Check this one more time. Alright. Okay, so the last cards are trust your instincts, make plans and focus, drop your shields, take notes of intuitive messages, and embrace the energy of peace. And that is it for today, guys. I set my intentions that this will reach who it is supposed to reach. The people who are supposed to see this will see this, and that it will help them get a clearer image on what's going on in their lives now. Okay? Alright, and may peace and blessings be upon your souls. Ashe.